How I got started is a long, convoluted answer that goes into 5,000 different directions because I'm pretty sure I have a hefty case of ADHD. I have a great deal of passion for architecture, design, painting, sculpture, and filmmaking. But in high school, especially in the 80s, there weren't film classes in a small town in Arizona, but there was painting. So I painted and kind of just found out I was pretty good. And I specifically kind of focused on realism and then photorealism. So the artwork that I'm most known for is contemporary photorealism, so paintings that look like photographs. I happened to see a movie called Atonement. I don't know if you remember that movie. A lot of the film centers on this typewritten note, and there are these extreme close-ups of the letters being typed on the paper. And I was sitting at an art show and just sort of daydreaming and remembering the movie, and I was thinking about those giant letters being typed, on the screen. And I started thinking, what if I built a giant typewriter? And at the time, I only painted. That's all I had done, was paint. And I knew nothing about mixed media and assembly work and all that sort of thing. And at the same time, I was in the middle of building my own house, which I designed. So when I came up with this idea for the typewriter, I also happened to be in the middle of building this house. And so I knew where everything in Home Depot was. So, drawer pulls and sink drains and plumbing fixtures and saw blades, So I just thought, what if I built a giant typewriter out of plumbing parts? And the first typewriter I built was 5 feet wide by 5 feet tall. It was a huge beast. And the first show I hung it at, somebody bought it, and I was hooked. From at that point, I felt rather invincible. These are typewriters. I have the payphone here that's shower parts and so on, and I have the Etch-A-Sketch, and I have the giant pieces of paper, and the whole series I kind of call just my inner child series. I enjoy the fact that I get to be here like you are when you're at an art show, but that it's an atmosphere and a clientele that are more accustomed to, a gallery. I really enjoy it. A driving force for me in all of my artistic endeavors is just joy. I mean, a lot of people ask me, well, what's this mean and what's that about? And there are no deep, controversial, provocative stories behind them. I have fun, and I like kind of, sharing that with people. And a lot of people come through my booths, specifically saying, wow, you clearly have a lot of fun. And there you go.